Welcome back to Oceanside, California, San Diego SoCal Sports Complex. It is the 2016 Soccer Loco San Diego Surf College Cup Showcase. I'm Gene Valenti for Turbo Sports Productions, and we're happy to be with you here today. It's our third game this afternoon. Interesting matchup. We've got Chicago Magic Elite. It's Girls-U17. And they are playing Fort Worth. So we got a team from Chicago, team from Texas. We're just underway here. We have some sponsors to thank. We want to thank Nike, Scouting Zone, Soccer Loco, San Diego Sports Alliance, Yours in Soccer, Skills, Elite Soccer Clubs, Maui Wowie, and Official Sports. And we are underway here. Quickly headed to goal. That's Fort Worth. And looks like we got a flag up offsides there. We'll set the scene for you. It's Fort Worth in the red jerseys. They are just North Texas. And Chicago Magic, they're in the white jerseys. And we just started things off. And we have been here since very early today. We've seen some interesting games. And this will be the last one we have on tap for you today. And it should be a good one. We were talking with the coaches before the game. Both of these teams have won some local championships in their area. And certainly coming at us, that ball. And didn't get hit, luckily. Certainly should be a good one. So we're excited for this. As we get things underway, action back and forth. Fort Worth has started off with possession in the scoring end. Over on the far sideline. And played up, and here come the Chicago Magic Elite. Throw in up the far side. And there is Ariola trying to settle. Plays it up. Action back up toward midfield. And played back. Fort Worth will gather themselves and start their attack. Defensive pressure there, opportunistic, very nicely done. Coming in, it's Rayangan. Takes it away. And now back and forth we go, and the Magic will get it back. Deflected wide and out of play. This is going to be a Magic throw-in right here in front of us. And played away again. As I mentioned, should be a good contest here. Both teams have been successful. Played in toward the box. Now out on the far side. Running on is Sinot. And kicked out of play, and Magic will keep the possession on the far sideline. So after a chilly start, things warming up out here. Beautiful day. Feels like Southern California. Ball played in. Both teams starting out pretty aggressively. Magic playing through the midfield. And now a ball sent out toward the far sideline, crossed in front, looking for somebody on the weak post. Coming over and running on, Jajinski. And she'll take the throw in as it's knocked away. Whistle. A little too much there, and Fort Worth will have the opportunity. We are just underway. There is no score. Fort Worth wearing the red uniforms. Chicago Magic Elite wearing the white. Defensive pressure hemmed in, touched forward. Both teams exchanging possession right here. This one's coming hot. We're getting attracted here today. This is going to be a busy afternoon at the booth. Stay on your toes over there. Throw in. Both teams trying to settle in. Early stages of this game, and you can see each side trying to establish themselves. And it's been a little back and forth, a little helter-skelter. And sometimes that's what the early going is all about. So Downey will take the throw in. Looks ahead, they'll play it wide. Running on is Blevins. Played up through the midfield with time now to gather herself, Areola. The throw in on the far side, they're looking for Areola, and tough to tell. Moved a little too quickly, I think. We'll do it again. Renaga. Laid up, run on here. Pressure coming. They'll play it back to the keeper. Jameson trying to turn, lays it off here for Downey. Downey looking up the sideline. Lays it out front for Solis, and it's a little too long for her. Rolls over the end line, and we'll have a goal kick coming up. Madeline Smith, the keeper. Lays it out here. One touch for Dajinski. Now it's taken away from her. Magic continue to pressure. Ball laid out front. Running on quickly now. Headed toward the box and poked away. Abigail Gazrans had a chance to run for goal, and she just couldn't turn the corner. Ball knocked away, and the throw-in coming for the Elite. Pinned in. Looking for a little room. And hemmed into the sideline. Now it's laid up. Keller running it down. She'll play it back, and now Fort Worth will push up and bring their pressure into the Magic side of the field. They reverse sides, trying to move up the far sideline, now at half field. Gazrans can't get to it. And it is a throw-in for Fort Worth. Played in the air, both teams trying to settle. Knocked away. Move a little closer. Throw in coming here again. Very early, no score. Defensive pressure. Now Fort Worth pins it deep. They take it away. Chance for a cross. Nice play in the box, knocking it away as Fort Worth had somebody running to the far post. They get possession back, try to go back through the midfield. Can't get it together. And now a counterattack. And that ball just a little bit too long. And we'll change sides. We'll do it again. Could be dangerous there. There is a whistle. I was expecting. Fort Worth, north of Dallas. Their free kick. See what they do with it. Lay it up. Head out right toward the 18. Takes a bounce. Running into the box. There's a chance, and off the line to scoop it up is Madeline Smith. So that ball was a little loose and dangerous at the top of the box. Smith comes out aggressively. And then she makes the throw, and the Chicago Magic will try to start their offense. They go up. Areola makes the turn. Tries to send one of her forwards through, but defensively nicely done for Fort Worth, and they knock it away. Here comes the throw in for Downey. Right to the feet of Solis. Working very hard. Cravens has it. Back through the midfield. Opportunity for both teams to settle. A lot of contact. No whistle. Fort Worth comes away with it. They touch it over to the far side for Blevins. Blevins goes down. Ball goes out. It'll be a throw in for Fort Worth on the far sideline. Again, contact. This time the whistle goes the other way. So kind of a helter-skelter start here. We're just underway. There is no score. Gene Valenti for Turbo Sports Productions. This is the 2006 Soccer Loco San Diego Surf College Cup Showcase. And we're happy to be with you today. Moved around, chance for a shot. Just couldn't get enough leg on it. Cravens pushes it a little bit wide. And it'll be a goal kick coming up. So Sarah Beacon will take the goal kick for Fort Worth. 50-50 ball. Half field, both teams trying to settle. We have play through. And it's in the air again. Touched. Run after now by Jameson. The defense is there. Chicago Magic regroups. Now they'll try a counterattack. Comes up the sideline here for Jajinski. And she loses it. And just off the feet, mistouched by Jameson. Peyton Jameson. Another one out by us. No score. Early going. Played in. More contact, no call. Areola plays it. Middle of the field. Redzaga. Ball on the far sideline. Fort Worth trying to make something happen. They move it to Brooke Jones. And it gets a little bit out of her reach. Substitution here. Litzy Mendez trying to get into the action for Chicago. And she will, as her counterpart comes off. So we'll get the lineup set. Whistle's ready to throw in. Ball's loose. Fort Worth comes up with the opportunity. On the ground. Shot wide. So Kaylin Bickford sends one toward the net from about 35 yards. And it goes wide. No problem there for Madeline Smith. She'll go pick it up and pick up the goal kick here. Fort Worth has it. Up the sideline. Contact. And knocked away. Corner kick coming. So we'll have a set-piece opportunity for Fort Worth. It'll be their first chance to get on the board. And it looks like going over to take the kick is Peyton Jameson. Well, we'll see what they do here. Played up, trying to flick it off. Nobody home, and everybody pushes up for the Magic. So the Magic will try to do something. This Fort Worth pressure has kept the ball down in this end. Coming on now is Rachel Downey. Now Areola trying to make a turn, wants to flick it off. It's knocked away out of bounds by Berkeley Koch. Here comes Fort Worth again trying to settle. Played up. On the sideline, contact, no whistle. Looks like everybody thought there might be one. Hands in the air, no call. And they'll play it back to the keeper. Pressure coming on. Olivia Jackson putting some heat on the keeper. Looking for a quick counterattack. Areola, nicely done defensively. Berkeley Koch keeps her in. Give Berkeley Koch credit for that one. Well done. Good defensive play, and she gains possession for her team. And it'll be a free kick here. Koch lays it up. Top of the box. Player down. Lots of people on the ground trying to scoot it through. Digging it out of there. Can't get to it. And that looked like Valerie Solis, who couldn't get herself free to shoot. And the counterattack is stalled and will go back in. On the far post. That's Brooke Jones. She has a chance. And there you go. They are on the board. So nice play there as Brooke Jones. It's a nice ball. Ball was put in by Koch. Jones takes it right to goal, puts it in the back of the net, and it's 1-0. 1-0 Fort Worth. First half here. And that was nicely done. So Chicago Magic fall behind. It looked like they had a little communication problem there on the backside, which let the free runner go through. And now they're on the offensive, moving quickly into the offensive end. It's Reynaga. Now dumped off for Levy. Played on the far sideline. Hanging on to this possession, Magic trying to get something going. They lose it through the midfield. Coming over to collect the loose ball is Bickford. Now looking for a counter. The ball rolls out of play. We have some subs here. Dolores Apreda checking in, as well as Kyla Llewellyn for the Magic. And Carly Torisk entering the lineup for Fort Worth. Fort Worth has the throw in. It's Downey here on the near sideline, looking up the sideline, looking for Solis. Solis will pressure, and it's knocked out in a throw in. So a nice play there by Solis, who knew she couldn't get there, but laid back and pressured the defender. So a throw in coming out of the midfield spot to take it. It'd be Kaylin Bickford. So Bickford with the throw. Bounces in the box. Smith comes over and picks it up. Not much happening there on that play. Quick counterattack now coming. Reinaga plays it up front, looking for Areola. And again, defensively, it's taken away. So backed up toward half field, and the Magic will have to start it again. Again, we have Chicago Magic and Fort Worth, Texas. So interesting matchup here. We did mention earlier today on one of the earlier broadcasts, this is quite the field. We've got teams from 6 different countries here and 16 U.S. states. I know the organizers, this is 22 years of the College Cup, and they're very pleased with the participation. They had over 600 applicants to play for 200 spots. So great field of teams. We should have a good one here. Whistle, throw in on the far sideline. Moving up the field is Fort Worth. They take the throw in. Solis with a header. Dumped off to Jones. Jones couldn't get the handle. It's taken away. Jones does have the goal. And it is 1-0 Fort Worth, Texas here today. Areola trying to settle it. Lot of contact. No whistle. Taken away. And now both teams fighting for possession. Chicago Magic have it. Through the middle. Back. Very nice play. Torres aggressively comes up. Makes that stop. They clear it up. And the play now centers around the midfield. 1-0. Fort Worth with the advantage. Now they have the possession. Try to send it up the sideline. Nobody home there. And the keeper, Madeline Smith, will trot over and pick it up. .50-50 ball. Chicago Magic come away with it. Played over on the far sideline. Little give and go. They'll take it back. Now they'll send it. Jaginski carrying. Can she shake free? She has a little space now. Sends it wide. Looking to make a move. Preda, she just couldn't. Nice play defensively there by Madison Caffey. Areola gets it back. Trying to get that leg free. Let one go. She just couldn't do it. Fort Worth has been very impressive defensively. And now a little bit of action in their end. Reinaga takes the carry. Goes in. There's the shot. And Areola finally gets one off. Stopped nicely by Sarah Beacon. So Beacon makes the save. And that was the best offensive effort of the day for Chicago Magic. They trail at 1-0. Fort Worth got on the board early. It was Brooke Jones who scored. And now we'll see if there's a counter coming. On the move. Jackson to the box. Pressure. Cleared away. A little casual down there. And we're going to have a throw in. Madison Caffey will come over and throw it. But the Magic, a little casual. I think that caused a little more pressure than what they expected. And now the throw in as the play enters the Magic end of the field again. Trying to go out to the far side. Running on to collect it is Blevins. And now she'll throw it in from the far sideline. Looks like it's off the hand. So the Magic have a throw-in. Both teams with some chances. Fort Worth capitalized on theirs. Chicago Elite recently had an effort, shot on goal that was saved, and now they'll try to start their offense. And this ball's coming out of play. Just couldn't get it up the field. Looks like they're just misfiring on a few things. Pass here, turn there, miscommunication on a goal. They look a little out of sync. Solis now. She has a little clear. Looking in front, just lays it out a little too far for Olivia Jackson. And you could hear from the Fort Worth bench, go to goal. She had room, and she decided to cross it. So here we go again, offensively. Sending a ball through and coming to clear it away. Nice play there by Koch, as there were two runners headed to the goal. Now ahead, Ariola. Deep in the corner, trying to shake. Turning, still turning. Finally she crosses, back post, nobody home. Over the end line and cleared away nicely by Brooke Jones. Back on the attack. Shot just wide. Raven Jaginski has an opportunity, and she shoots it. Goes just wide of the net. So you can see the Magic offense heating up as they get a substitute checking in. Samantha Bruguet also checking into the action. Vanessa Rajan for Fort Worth. Standing here in front of us, Megan Sinoff, and she will check in for the Magic. So it's 1-0 Fort Worth, and over the last few minutes we've seen the Chicago Magic. They've actually had a couple of scoring opportunities, so it looks like their offense is heating up. And on the free kick, Fort Worth goes wide. Interesting choice there. She kicks it right out of bounds. And they say it was touched, so it's a throw-in. And now they'll play through the middle. Renaga plays it up. Ashby Hood clears it away. We are in the first half with a 1-0 score for Fort Worth on top. Brooke Jones did the honors. Now both teams trying to gain a little possession, show some stability. Comes out here, clear sailing for Caffey. Little bit of space as she crosses half field. Now she tries to send Solis, but it's knocked away from her. And they'll just exchange possession here. Staying with it. Operator goes toward the middle. No one home there but red shirts. Now Fort Worth takes it. They go over the outside. Rajan trying to find some space. Headed back toward the middle. And a little tough going over on the sideline. Knocked out of bounds by Fort Worth. And the Magic will have a throw-in. Play moves back toward the Magic end. And they seem to like this side of the field. They like this little hookup. Jaginski. And there's contact there, so a direct kick coming as Jaginski tries to get through the defense. And she picks up some contact. So trailing 1-0, Chicago Magic have had a couple of scoring opportunities. Now they're going to get another one on this direct kick. We'll see how they choose to go with this set piece. If they go right to goal or if they do something indirect. Renaga getting instructions from his bench. Wall set up, ready to go. She takes the shot. Nicely done. It just sails over the crossbar and out of play. So substitutions here. Limparis checks in. And we sit 1-0. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Gene Valente for Turbo Sports Productions. We are at the SoCal Sports Complex in Oceanside, California for the 2016 Soccer Loco San Diego Surf College Cup Showcase as the action heads toward the box. Ariola trying to shake free. She can't, lays it back, and Renaga takes the shot, and that also sails over the net. So after Fort Worth got the first goal here today, there's a lot of offensive pressure being put on the net by the Magic. They've had a couple of shots blocked, and now a couple have sailed wide. We'll have to see if they can get the equalizer. Goal kick coming. Played on the far outside. And now the play has shifted. Most of the play has been spent in this Fort Worth end over the last several minutes as the Chicago Magic try to even this game up. Bounced around. Little counter coming. Trying to play it out front. Looks like they're going for Rodriguez a little bit too far from her, and Madeline Smith has to clear it away. So Fort Worth with a little bit of space now. Room in the midfield. Turn and touch. And unfortunately nobody home but white jerseys. Counterattack coming now for Apreda. Looking ahead for Ariola. Can't sneak it through. Ball does creep towards the box. Ariola comes over. Trying to get a shot away. Turns. Plays it in front and just couldn't shake free. Pressure still on as the Magic trying to get one through. Now across. Far post. Punched away. Rebound. Played out. Magic still pressuring. And we have a goal kick coming here. So nice play by Sarah Beacon to punch that. That was kind of a cross that drifted. She knocked it away. And eventually knocked out of play by someone from the Chicago Magic. Abby Grace going to check in here. Oh, they won't let her in. Lined up already. So here's the goal kick. Over on the far sideline, it's knocked. It's going to be a foot race. Rodriguez trying to get in front, and she's held. Actually a smart play because it looked like Cindy Rodriguez was going to be the first to the ball, and she would have had a straight line to the goal. So direct kick coming here. 1-0 lead for Fort Worth, and a golden opportunity sitting in front of them. And back her up a little bit. So they line it up. Looks like Kaylin Bickford. Going to make sure that the wall's set properly. They're going to back her up. 1-0 advantage. Fort Worth. Bickford. Looks like she's going to try to lay it up. She does. Into the box. Smith comes out, knocks it away. Whistle. Looks like contact in the box. We'll have a goal kick, and that should get Abby Grace. Nope, it's going to go out on the sideline to get the subs in. No, they got him. Okay. So Grace checks in, as well as Schneider. 1-0. Fort Worth leads. A little breezy. Whistle. A little obstruction here. So everybody moving up. Magic play it through the midfield. They are at half field. They'll swing it. Head to the far sideline. Moving up along the sideline, trying to shake free. They do. Runner. Can she clear? All the way into the corner. And Sinoff finally does shake away, but not before she sends it over the end line. So Brooke Jones will check back in for Fort Worth. Also, Jajinski checking in for the Magic. So lineups will reset, and Fort Worth will hang on to that 1-0 lead. Goal kick comes out. Scrum here at the middle of the field. Both teams trying to pick up this loose possession, and looks like the Magic are going to come away with it. Ooh, high hands, no whistle. Room up the sideline. Fort Worth, lots of traffic to try to dribble through. Can't get it. Here's Rodriguez. A little too far for her. It's a couple of times today they've tried to send Rodriguez, and one time she was fouled, and a couple of times just a little bit out of her reach. Throw in. The Magic, who trail it by a goal, had a couple of chances. Actually, they've had more scoring opportunities than Fort Worth. Fort Worth did have a nice play to get their goal. It was a beautiful ball that Jones was able to put in the back of the net. And here we sit. First half rolling along. Magic with an opportunity laid out in front. All alone with the keeper. Nice play coming into the action. Well done by Madison Caffey as Jajinski had an opportunity. Looked like she waited just a little too long to pull the trigger and let the defender get back into the play. So they avoid a goal, but there is a corner kick coming here. And well done by Fort Worth. It was a golden chance, and Jajinski just couldn't get it. She'll take the corner. They'll go short corner here. They let it slide through 3 times, and just not enough leg on it. Interesting set there. Renaga couldn't get enough leg. Magic with it back. Fort Worth trying to dig it out of there. They can't. Well done by the Magic. And now finally you see the red jerseys break free and relieve a little bit of that offensive pressure. They go back to Smith, the keeper, and now it's 50-50. And Fort Worth gets it. Substitution coming here. I've got 2 number 18s on my roster. So we'll have to pick one. We'll figure that out at halftime. Throw in for Fort Worth. Chance. Smith out. Can't gather it. Still loose in the box. Smith trying to pick it up. Finally she does. So Madeline Smith escapes that, and here comes the counterattack from the Chicago Magic. Ariola midfield to back it up. Play moves through the midfield, 1-0. Fort Worth with the advantage. Now they're on the move. Trying to get it through. A little bit of contact. No call there. Brooke Jones trying to shake free. And now Smith off the line. And an easy one there for Rodriguez. So Smith, who's shown to be aggressive, comes out of the net And Rodriguez there to pick up the loose ball. 2-0. Fort Worth. So late here in the first half, and Fort Worth puts the second goal up on the board. On a nice play. Good hustle in the open field. And then Smith makes the aggressive move to come off the line. She got caught off her spot. And next thing you know, 2-0. A little more giddy up here for Fort Worth. Rodriguez running on again. She's shown some speed already today. Just couldn't get that one collected. And we will move down as it was poked away from her, so a corner kick coming. It looks like it's going to be Brooke Jones, who has a goal today. It's going to go over and take the corner. So they'll line it up. They fake the short corner. Let's see if they come with it. Looking over for Rajan. No, she sends it to the box. In the air. Far side. Nothing there but defenders, and now a counterattack coming. Nicely done there by Caffey as she takes it away. And this ball played up the far sideline. Ooh, little contact. Blevins not shy. And she loses it out of play. So we'll wait for the throw in from the Magic. We're underway. 2-0. Fort Worth leads it. And another whistle there on the far sideline. Couldn't quite see what the call was. Big throw in looking for Rodriguez. Cindy Rodriguez has a goal. And that ball rolls harmlessly to the keeper, and they'll try to switch fields and come up the near sideline. A little bit of room. Jajinski carries, and then it's knocked away. Actually, she was the last to touch. So to go Fort Worth's way here. We're late here in the first half. It's 2-0 Fort Worth. Gene Valenti for Turbo Sports Productions. It is the 2016 Soccer Loco San Diego Surf College Showcase. Smith's been very active. Madeline Smith, a very aggressive keeper here for Chicago Elite. She spends a lot of time off the line. Cost her once. Deep into the corner. And I'll head up Chicago's way. So we'll see Fort Worth put the pressure on, try to pin him in deep for this throw-in. Up the sideline. Knocked away there. Brooke Jones. Flag up. So ball's pinned here on the sideline. Magic need to do something. But they seemed, they started out a little slow, seemed a little out of sync, couldn't get anything going. Then they had some opportunities. And a couple missed the net, had a couple of saved on them. And before you know it, they couldn't cash in, and they were trailing 1-0. And then they come around. Rodriguez makes a heads-up play, and now it's 2-0 Fort Worth. And the pace of the game is really stalled here. And they're just hanging out on the sideline. As we enter the waning minutes of the half, it almost looks like everyone's just waiting for the half to go. Let's see if they can get something going, catch something sleeping. They try to move to the other side, shifting fields. Running on, Sinoff. Trying to make a turn. Now they're on the move. Fort Worth clears it up. And it'll be a throw-in. Knocked away. And cleared out. And it is going to be halftime. So, first half ends here. It's 2-0 Fort Worth over Chicago Elite. I want to once again thank our sponsors. Nike is the presenting sponsor. It's had a relationship with Surf Cup since the 1990s. Scouting Zone, and they'll run the scouting app for all these college coaches. Soccer Loco, in charge of the retail here. San Diego Sports Alliance, encouraging groups to come to San Diego. Surf Cup Sports generates $220 million a year in economic impact to the San Diego region. Yours in Soccer, nonprofit reaching out to disadvantaged youth with high scholastic ability, trying to get them out into college. Skills, Elite Soccer Clubs, Maui Wowie for the shaved ice, and the official sports for providing the referee gear. So it's 2-0 here at the half. Fort Worth leads Chicago. We'll take a break. We'll come back with second half action. And welcome back to Oceanside, California. We are at the 2016 Soccer Loco San Diego Surf College Cup Showcase. Gene Valenti here for Turbo Sports Productions. Got some thanks here. Ryan Slaney and James Oberlease. Ryan's the producer here. James working the camera. So get ready for the second half of this contest. We have Fort Worth from Texas up against Chicago Magic, girls soccer. This is your under 17, and it is 2-0. Brooke Jones and Cindy Rodriguez both scoring for Fort Worth. And we're getting ready here. As you see the teams, it's Fort Worth in red. It's Chicago Magic in white. Referees having some conversation with the coaches. And we're getting ready for the second half. We've been here for 3 games today. If you've seen us or been with us, we appreciate it. We'll be back here tomorrow. Early start, 7:30 a.m. And we'll have more for you as the second half is underway. So Chicago with a lot of work to be done. And they move in quickly into the Fort Worth, and they'll have the throw-in. So both teams started out. It was kind of an interesting beginning to the game. They were sort of getting a feel for each other, and before you know it, Fort Worth had been on the board, and you can see, but they start the second half very much the same way. Lots of energy on both sides. And Fort Worth plays it into the box, Solis, and she just misses. So Valerie Solis gets a great ball into the box, and she just lifts it a little bit high and wide. And that would have been number 3 here. Would have been a great start of the second half for Fort Worth. Goal kick comes out. So right out of the get-go, they're on the move, leading it 2-0 and looking for more. In the box, shakes free, and Smith comes up and scoops it. Let's see if Chicago Magic can put a counterattack together. Played over here toward our side. Settled by Mendez. She'll head back toward midfield. Ball comes over half field. Renaga with it. Sends it wide. Jockeying for position there on the far sideline. And still over there. Some work to be done here for Chicago. They'll need to pick up their tempo a little bit. As they trail it 2-0. Fort Worth trying to come out of there. Little mishit there. Neither team able to settle it here. Fort Worth did have an early opportunity. Now they lay it out. Valerie Solis giving chase. Can she get it turned? It's knocked away. We'll see where it rolled out. It's a corner kick. So we'll have a corner set coming here for Fort Worth. They have an advantage. They lead it 2-0. Brooke Jones, Cindy Rodriguez put them on the board. And now corner coming. Ready. Lifted. Short side. In the air. Now on the ground. Counterattack opportunity. Played ahead. Running on with some room. Now 1v1 chance for Kazrans. Takes it out. Doing a lot of work. She needs some help. 3 red jerseys around her. And just too much for her to get through. She needed a little help, didn't get any. And now it's going the other way. Played out wide. Rodriguez, she's on the board. Trying to cross. It gets knocked away. She'll let it roll out. We'll have another corner kick coming. So Fort Worth out of the half. A little hop in their giddy up here. They've already got a couple of attempts. They're going to have another corner opportunity on this set. Let's see what they get. And in the corner there, looks like Jameson's going to take it. They play it short. Cleared away. And will stay Fort Worth. Substitution here. Kyla Llewellyn standing in front of us. She doesn't get in. Lifted in and now cleared. Fort Worth hustle back to the ball. Nicely done. Ricocheted. And now Llewellyn will get in the game. And again, Fort Worth with the pressure. So leading 2-0. Fort Worth in red. You see they're controlling the action here as we start the second half. A lot of play here on the sidelines. Lifted now toward the midfield. Chicago Magic hustling to get back into the play. You can see both teams here exchanging possession back and forth. It's 2-0. Ariola trying to operate. She needs a little room. Laid out wide. There goes to Jajinski. She loses it. Little give and go. They'll come back toward the middle, trying to make a move on it. Opportunity here. Sent through. Keep her off the line. Nice job there by Sarah Beacon. Has a little opportunity knocking for Chicago, but they weren't able to capitalize. Nice play by Beacon, who reads it well and comes off the mark to scoop it up, clear it out. Fort Worth, possession over half field. Now they'll play it up. A little bit of space there for Solis. Trying to get it back, free on the weak side. A little bit of room. Rajan trying to scoot it back to her strong foot, but she just couldn't. And it's a corner kick again. This will be the third corner kick of the half coming for Fort Worth. They lead it 2-0. Subbing into the game, Sinoff. So Megan Simoff checks in. Corner kick is up. Nicely placed. Far post. Nobody home. Madeline Smith picks it up. Maybe just a little too strong. It is a little bit breezy out here today. I wonder if it got carried a little bit with the breeze. I got quite a few things holding down all of my programs. Solis now. Free here. Rajan. She tries to put it up. Lifts it harmlessly to the goal. So we are in the second half, and it is 2-0 Fort Worth, Texas with the advantage. Chicago just hasn't been able to capitalize. They've knocked on the door a few times. They've had some opportunities. but they haven't been able to do it. Rajan looking to go to goal. Can she shake it free? A lot of white jerseys there to try to maneuver through. Nothing happening. Rodriguez, she has one, and she'll take the shot looking for two, but not enough juice on that one. Easy one for Madeline Smith. Played up again. Room. Fort Worth really have it going now. Crossed in front. Solis is there, and the flag's up. She left just a little bit early. Great idea there, as Vanessa Rajan saw it. And had she sent her just a step or two sooner, she'd have been free. Up the far sideline and taken away. Fort Worth hustling, running on strong. Rodriguez putting pressure. They do get it back to Madeline Smith, who clears it away. It'll be a throw-in for Fort Worth, as they have substitutions here. Brooke Jones will check in. Some nice minutes there from Vanessa Rajan. Very active, as she'll come out. Play rolls harmlessly back here. You see Areola putting some heavy pressure. That kind of pressure will leave some opportunities for counterattacks. Let's see what Fort Worth does with it. And Fort Worth, with the 2-0 advantage, can afford to be cautiously aggressive at this point in the game. We're in the second half. Whistle far side. And it looks like it's tough for me. Trying to look through. It looks free kick coming. So Fort Worth will line it up. Ball bouncing around near the 18. A chase. Solis trying to turn. She's pinned in. See if she can get around. A lot of contact there. Ball's out. Nicely done. They keep it. Substitution. Breda checking in for the Chicago Magic. So again, toward the keeper. Madeline Smith's been busy. She's made some saves. She did come off the line a little early on the second goal by Rodriguez. There just hasn't been a whole lot of offense for the Magic, or at least sustained offense. They've been able to get some opportunities, but it hasn't come from any sustained drives or attacks. To see if they can put something together here. You see that one touch gets away just a little bit. And I give Fort Worth credit for their excellent defensive pressure here in play. You see they clear it away here. And they certainly started the second half with some urgency. They had a couple of corner kicks, and defensively, they certainly put out some effort, and they're going to get the advantage here. They're going to have another throw-in. So most of this play has been in the Magic end of the field. Now with some space in the midfield. Coming on is Bickford. She'll lose the handle. Now over the far sideline. Counterattack opportunity. Little bit of space. Heading to the net. Coming out of the goal. Nice play there again by Sarah Beacon. Beacon does a nice job. Kasrans goes right to the goal. Beacon times it up right. Comes up. Collects it. Contact here. And wow. Not sure how that call went against Fort Fort Worth, but it did. 2-0. Fort Worth with the advantage. So here we go. Free kick. Ball played up toward the net. One bounce in the box. Areola coming over. Looks like she lost her footing. And a roll over the end line off of her. So we'll have a goal kick coming here for Fort Worth. So here in the second half, Fort Worth with the 2-0 advantage. They came out. Nice job creating some opportunities. They've done an excellent job defensively. And Chicago Magic, seems a little frustrated. They have had chances. They just haven't been able to get one in. See what they do now. Another nice play. Heads up. Coming our way. Ryan, we're going to get hit with a ball today. We think at least once? Okay. It's getting closer and closer. Ball through. Again, Beacon comes out. Misses it on the initial slide, able to jump on it. And takes it away. Nice game for Sarah Beacon. Done a nice job. Junior. High school junior. And this ball rolls back, so at least giving chase. Looks like it's well under control. Well, they slide it over to Smith, and they don't make it easy on her. Rolls all the way out of the box. She'll line it up. Ball's up the sideline, deep in the corner, and more pressure. Brooke Jones has had a nice game. She scored the first one, working hard down there. Now toward the midfield. On the move. Ball played out. Give and go. Running back up the sideline here is Sinoff. Sinoff trying to make the turn. She's deep, turns, cross, bounces in front with a chance, and they get it away. Areola with an opportunity in front. As Beacon came off the line, fell to the ground, Areola couldn't collect it. Areola remains down, and the ball somehow stays out of the net. So we have a player down. And we'll take a look at that. So it's 2-0 here. Fort Worth with the advantage. And looks like Areola's going to roll around. Again, thanks for being with us here. 2016 Soccer Loco San Diego Surf College Cup Showcase. 200 teams, 16 states, 6 countries represented here. This is our third game of the day. We got 3 more tomorrow, 3 more on Sunday. So if you want to see them, be happy to have you with us. It's an early start, 7:30 tomorrow morning. Ready for action, and here's the courtesy. And it'll be a goal kick. Punts up. Loose now. See if either team can gain possession. Areola, who was just down. She's back with a little bit of room, makes the turn, sends it over into the corner to Sinoff. Sinoff lifts it up toward the post. Beacon can't get to it. Finally, she does. Whistles. Not sure what we have here. We have a sub entering the game. Mendez checks in. And 2 players will enter here for Fort Worth. It's number 6, Mandy Schneider, and number 8, Olivia Jackson. They will check in. So it's a corner kick. It's a short corner. Now they lift it to the net. This could be trouble. Actually, nice job there again by Beacon. So they tried the short corner that time. Couldn't get it to go. Chicago looking to get on the board. 2-0. Fort Worth with the advantage. Again, Chicago Magic in the white uniforms. Fort Worth, Texas in the red uniforms. And now it looks like the Magic have picked up their play a little bit. They've spent some time here in the scoring zone. They've had a couple of chances. Now Jajinski trying to dig it out. Knocked away. Room in the midfield. Solis. Counterattack coming here from Fort Worth. They play it over to the far sideline. White jerseys there. They'll keep it going and try to switch up. Little pressure. They'll go back to the keeper to relieve it. And Chicago Magic will have to reset. Second half, 2-0, Fort Worth. Gene Valenti here for Turbo Sports Productions. Jones plays it up. Looks like we're going to back that up. I'm going to play it again, I think. Referee standing here. Interesting. So we'll reset everything. Looked like they had a foul here, so free kick opportunity. Berkeley Koch standing in front of us. She'll lift it away. Heads towards the top of the box. Again, Smith way out from the line. Jones, cross. Nobody home on the weak side. Downey hustles under it and keeps it in until she gets some pressure. Now the flag is up. Substitution here for the Magic. Priscilla Levy waiting to check in. Ball head up to the box. Smith has it. Counterattack. 3-on-2, and Ariola's not going to be able to get there. A little too far. Substitution. And Levy does get in. And a corner kick lined up here. They need this one. Litzy Mendez going to line it up. 2-0. Fort Worth with the advantage. And Chicago Magic in the white uniforms has this corner. Lifted up nicely toward the box. Bounces around. Hits someone's feet and then cleared away. Whistle. Too much contact. And that happened quick. So Fort Worth gets the possession back. That was a short-lived attack from Chicago. So we're about midway through the second half. It's been a fun morning here. Both teams fighting for it. Good effort on both sides, a little too much. And they're going to give it to the red. So right at half field, Fort Worth, 2-0 lead. and in control. They look very composed. Defensively, they've done a really nice job here, especially in the second half. They lift that ball up toward the scoring area. It takes one bounce. Jones free. Can she get past the keeper? It's loose. Smith out of net again. Solis hits it. Smith with a great save. Fantastic play by Madeline Smith as again she comes off the line, gets caught out of position and recovers nicely and saves that shot from Solis. Well done. And here come the Magic. It's almost as if they can just get one. The life will pick up. Ariola trying to make something happen, sends it out wide, trying to chase it down there. Kazrans played up to the middle, loose in front. Keeper falls on it. Beacon. Another risky play. Beacon comes out, couldn't get the handle, and finally she comes to get it. Another opportunity Chicago needed, couldn't cash in. Now it's played over to the far side, and Chicago will keep it. A little bit of energy coming now here from the Chicago Magic. They trail it 2-0. Jones and Rodriguez both with goals here for Fort Worth. And if it's going to happen, you get the sense that the Magic need to put something in soon. And they need two. And Fort Worth will take their time setting up this kick. You know, no need to rush for them. Again, laid up toward the box. Rolling around down there. Chicago tries to clear it. They do. Good hustle coming on Downey. Takes it away, trying to keep it in. She just gets it knocked away. Substitution standing here, Madison Caffey. Checks into the lineup. She'll replace Cameron Blevins. Ball played toward the net. Smith. Wow. She get up high for that one. I thought for a second it might slide through her hands. It did not. Chicago Magic in the white jerseys trying to get a goal on the board. They trail it 2-0. Played through. Ariola lifts one. Just a little bit over the crossbar. Good effort there. Ariola just a little too much lift. Sailed over the crossbar. And here we are with a goal kick. So after starting the half aggressively, getting some opportunities, Fort Worth has seen the tide turn a little bit. Chicago's had a couple of chances. Beacon's been off the mark a little bit, but she's able to escape some trouble. Great save here by Madeline Smith on the other side to keep it from being 3-0. And Chicago Magic have a little bit of momentum and enough time if they can put something in the net, pick up the pressure a little bit. Ariola looking for the sideline. Nicely done defensively there by Carly Torres. Pinned her on the sideline. Lots of contact here. Two Magic players down. Rolls back to the keeper, and they'll start up their counter. Nice step up there by Rachel Downey as she takes it away, and possession heads towards Fort Worth. So we have a substitution. They will let her on. Sinoff checks back in for the Chicago Magic. Lineups are set. Lamparis will get a breather. Fort Worth in the scoring area. Played back, lifted toward the net. Nobody there. That play was Torrisk. So the goal kick. Flicked back. It's going to be a foot race. Sinoff here putting some pressure, and it's cleared away. It'll be a throw-in for Chicago. And they definitely can sense the urgency as we're coming down to about the last 15 minutes of play. And trailing by 2 goals, Fort Worth with the advantage. Chicago Magic have to get something going. Here's the throw-in. Ariola just hasn't been able to shake free. She goes to the ground. Counterattack opportunity. A little bit of space. They just couldn't get the handle. Now they give it up. Valerie Solis, I take that back. That's Jones on the run, and she just puts it too far in front. They had a golden opportunity for a great counterattack, and they just couldn't get it started. They were a little sloppy on the front end. Had they got away clean, they might have had a better opportunity at the goal. However, Fort Worth leads 2-0. Jajinski trying to weave her way through quite a few red shirts, trying to turn, and she can't. Knocked away. Subs here, and a corner kick coming. So things will be interesting. Peyton Jameson checks back in. Kaylin Bickford checks back in. Fort Worth setting up their defense. Now Mendez heads over to the corner for Chicago, lining up a very important corner kick. They trail 2-0 and really need something to happen. Time's getting light. Looks like we have some players off to the side down. Looks like a couple of Fort Worth players down off the end line. They're going to take a look. Not sure what's happening. Well, they'll talk about it. In the meanwhile, this is our last broadcast for today. And 3 more tomorrow, 3 more on Sunday. Again, quite a field here, 200 teams. We are at the SoCal Sports Complex in Oceanside. Beautiful weather here today. So I'm not sure what the concern was, but Blevins is going to come off. And we now get set for that all-important corner kick. They take it short, and it's knocked away. Back out defensively. Ball slides through, whistle. And people on the ground. And interesting that they went with that. The last corner they had, they went with the short corner. It didn't turn out to be fruitful for them. And here we're getting late, and they went ahead and tried it again. Didn't work out. And now that substitution will come back. Blevins will head back into the game. Koch comes out. So 2-0 advantage. Fort Worth, they're wearing the red jerseys, and they'll clear it away. Time's certainly now a factor for Chicago Magic. They haven't been able to put anything on the board. They have had opportunities and just couldn't get it together. We expected a competitive game. As I mentioned before the game, I was talking about the coaches. It seems like They both have successful programs. And here we go. That ball played just a little too far. Easy pickings for Beacon as she comes off and picks it up. Now she'll clear it away. It definitely is windy. Both teams trying to gain possession, get something going here, right here at half field. Finally it goes. Looking ahead. Fought for, stepped up nicely. Nice step up defensively. Nice step up defensively there for Levy. And they'll set up for this free kick. Played up, nobody home. And definitely not what Reynaga was trying to do. So she lifts it out of play. And Fort Worth can take their time clearing this out as they have a goal kick here. And that also a head scratcher. So we have two interesting plays here, and the ball goes back to Chicago Elite. Looking for Areola. She's been bottled up today defensively, trying to shake free, can't do it. Nicely done there by Hood. Now they get it in front, far post. The defense is there, and they clear it away. So ball headed over to the far post. Another opportunity. Dujinski trying to collect, and it's cleared out. So here we go. Just cleared in. Foot race. Keep her out. Still loose. Trying to find it is Jameson. She does. She turns. Sends it into the box. Two red jerseys there, far side. They can't get it together, and it'll roll over towards the far side line. Little pressure here. And a little attack. Nicely done for Fort Worth with the 2-0 advantage. They hit in. Abby Grace is going to check back in here. And coming off, Katie Lynn Carr. Checking into the game, Kyla Llewellyn will check into the action for Chicago Elite. So time certainly becoming short. 2-0. Fort Worth, Texas has the lead. They are wearing the red uniforms. Chicago Elite needs to put something together. They need to do it quickly. As the play here at half field. Just keeping it in. Nifty footwork there. Reynaga. And then she sends it a little too far. There was a little bit of contact, so we get a direct kick here. Well, this could also be interesting. So we have a direct kick. As they line it up. Looks like Reynaga is going to be the one to line it up. They need something. Ready. Sends it up towards the box. In the air and loose. Still in the air. Finally flicked off. Harmlessly rolls back to Beacon, who picks it up. Beacon's had a nice day. A little shaky there for a few minutes earlier in the second half, but she settled in. She had a great first half. She's made some nice plays. Just a couple of hiccups, but she hasn't let anything through. It's 2-0 Fort Worth. And they're going to keep the heat on here. They got some room. Far side, no flag. Everybody's on. 3 on, none. In front, and they can't cross it again. It's Madeline Smith who comes off the spot and picks up that ball. That would have been easy had they been able to get across, but they couldn't. And now a counterattack. Ariola in the air. Renaga still moving, and it's cleared away. Fort Worth keeping it going, trying to move over half field. Chicago Elite has it back. Renaga towards net, punched away, corner kick coming. There'll need to be some urgency now. Chicago Elite needs 2, and the body language out there right now would tell you that they're leading. I mean, there's no hustle. Doesn't look like they're in any hurry. They need to get something moving. They got a set piece coming on this corner. Looks like Prater's going to go over to take the kick. Time running out. Nearing the end here of this contest. Ball lifted up. In toward the box. It's in the air and cleared away again. Fort Worth answers the bell one more time. Now it's played out wide. Tough touch there. And they do keep it in. Played again towards the box. A little indecision from Beacon. Then she makes up her mind and goes to pick it up. So Fort Worth with a 2-0 lead, and they've been able to answer the call every time they've been threatened. On the defensive side, they've been able to put together just enough offense to keep the pressure on. In fact, they just missed a golden opportunity to really put this thing away. Although as they carry through into their end here, and they just head it toward the corner. Perfectly played there. And, yeah, it's going to be offside. Interesting. They wanted to let it roll to the corner. See, when you have the lead in soccer, you know, take it to the corner, run the clock. The referee stopped the play because of the offside call. But again, there's got to be some urgency on both sides here. Final minutes coming up, and it just looks like Chicago Elite's just not going to have enough in the tank today. Fort Worth, you can see they're sensing it. Nice ball put out for Grace. Played over on the far sideline. 2-0 Fort Worth. Ariola and a whistle, and it's going the other way. Substitution. Sinoff wants to come on. They hold her. Nope, they're going to take her out. So both sides will take this opportunity to make some substitutions. Cindy Rodriguez, who has a goal, is going to check in today for Fort Worth. So both teams will make some player changes here as we try to finish this one off. And the play will continue toward the Chicago side. Give and go, trying to get it back. It does scoot through. A little bit of room, and again, defensively, Fort Worth has it. They'll play it back. Nobody on. They'll clear it up. They're going to hang on to it. And now it's cleared out. Rodriguez. Give and go. Nicely done. And again, taking it deep. Throw in. Chance shot. Sails high and wide. So Brooke Jones looking for her second. Found herself alone. She sailed it right over the net. Comfortable advantage here, 2-0 for Fort Worth. You see the Texans wearing the red jerseys. The ball played back toward the midfield. Flag up. Flag up. We got a direct. That looks like a free kick here. So we'll wind it down. And this one's pretty much been decided. Texans just kind of trying to control the play here as the second half winds down, as they have the 2-0 advantage. And again, Jones gives it up to Rodriguez. Madeline Smith, as she has so many times today, come off the line to pick up that ball. She's going to try to throw it out. So we approach half field here. Up the sideline. And looks like we have a whistle here. So if the Magic are up for it, they're going to have a chance. They trail at 2-0. Play in toward the box. And they clear it away, and that'll do it here. So this one ends up 2-0, Fort Worth, the Texans, over Chicago Magic. And we want to quickly run through the sponsors for today. Nike, the Scouting Zone, Soccer Loco, San Diego Sports Alliance, Yours in Soccer, Skills, Elite Soccer Clubs, Maui Wowie, and Official Sports. Today's game ends 2-0. Brooke Jones and Cindy Rodriguez doing the honors for the Texans. They'll walk out of here with the win. For the broadcast team today, I want to thank James Oberlees for the camera work, and I want to thank Ryan Slaney for the production. Also want to thank everybody for listening to today's broadcast. I'm Gene Valenti for Turbo Sports Productions. Hope to see you tomorrow.